By the end of today's lesson, you will know how to describe some human actions that produce sound. So we are learning some Twi verbs that are used to describe some actions by humans that produce sound. Let's get into it. So let's start with a more general one, and that is to make noise. To make noise is ye dede. Ye dede. So dede here is noise, the noun, okay? And we have ye, to make. So when you say ye dede, you are literally saying make noise. So I can say, for example, akwadaa no ye dede. Akwadaa no ye dede. For our second verb, we have to speak. And to speak is kasa. 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 So I can say, osofo no kasa sime diasa. Osofo no kasa sime diasa. The pastor spoke for 30 minutes. Okay? Osofo no kasa sime diasa. For our next verb, we have to laugh. And to laugh is sere. 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 So I can ask, oh, sere me. Oh, sere me. Are you laughing at me? Okay. Oh, sere me. Let's move to the next one. We have to cry. And to cry is su. 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 And take note of how this is pronounced. You can hear some sort of nasal effect. So I say su. 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 And this nasal effect is very important because without it, you'll be saying su. 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 And that is character. Okay. So if I say usu, I'm saying your character. Okay. Usu. But this one, to cry, is su. Su. You may have to listen to this, multiple times from different sources to be able to tell the difference. But for the to cry, it is produced with some sort of nasal effect. So I say su. Su as against su. Su. Okay. So we have su, which is to cry. So by way of an example, I can say okromfo no sunye. Okromfo no sunye. The thief cried. Okay. Okromfo no sunye. For our next verb, we have to belch. To belch. So that thing that you do when, for example, when you are done eating, you do that, right? So for that, we have kesu. Kesu. Kesu, okay? So by way of an example, we can have Amma drank a cup full of water and then she belched. Amma num nsuo kru ama ena okesu ye. Amma num nsuo kru ama ena okesu ye. Okay? Let's go to the next verb, and that is to blow the nose, right? So when you blow your nose, right, we have that as hem. 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 So there's a very popular saying that goes like, Yesu kra ye jai hem. Yesu kra ye jai hem. And this literally means even when we are crying, we stop to blow our nose, right? And we use this to mean even through difficult times, we make time to do the needful, right? So when there's something that is important to do, even through difficult times, you pause to do, that. So we say, Yesu kra ejai him, right? Yesu kra ejai him. So as you can see, we are using the verb soon to cry in this particular sentence, as well as the hem to blow your nose. Let's go to the next one, and that is to cough. And that is bowa. Bo-wa. Okay? Bo-wa. A cough by itself, so the noun a cough is ewa. Okay? Ewa. So bo-wa is to cough. All right? So by way of an example, I can say Kofi coughs too much. Kofi bowa dodo. Kofi bowa dodo. Okay? Kofi bowa dodo. Let's go to the next one. And for this one, let's start with the noun. A hiccup, right? A hiccup. When you do, right? A hiccup is kotreko. Kotreko. Okay? Kotreko. And this kotreko The verb that we use with this is si. Si. But it comes after this kotriko. So it is the kotriko that gets you. You don't get the kotriko. So for that reason, the verb comes after this kotriko. So we say kotriko esi, for example, kofi, right? Kotriko esi kofi. Let's, see an example. So if I want to say he or she had hiccup, I would say kotriko si no. Kotriko si no. Okay, so this is quite different because, again, like I'm saying, it is the kotriko that gets you. You don't get the kotriko, okay, in chi. So we say kotriko si no. Kotriko si no. Let's go to the next one, and that is to pant, right? To pant. So when you gasp for air, right? So we have that as tseso. Tseso, okay? Tseso. So I can say there isn't air in the room. So Ama is panting, right? And I'll say, Mframa ni dynamo inti Ama tseso. Mframa ni dynamo inti Ama tseso, okay? Mframa ni dynamo inti Ama tseso. Let's go to the next one, and that is to scream or to shout, and that is tiemu. Tiemu, okay? Tiemu or tiem. 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 But if the person is shouting continuously, so let's say the person is running around, screaming all over, then we can double the verb. We can reduplicate the verb. Because I told you that in Chi, when you reduplicate a verb, it typically indicates that the action of the verb happens not just once, it happens multiple times, right? So if the person is shouting, screaming continuously, then we can reduplicate the verb, and then we'll have tia tiemu, or simply tia tiem, okay? So by way of an example, I can say, if you are here, scream, or if you are here, shout. This is something that you hear in Ghanaian churches.
Let me see your shouting. Yeah!
And for that, I would say, Sawaha tiem, Sawaha tiem, or Sawaha tia tiem, Sawaha tia tiem. Okay, shout about, scream about if you are here. Okay, Sawaha tia tiem. Let's go to the next one, and that is to breathe. Okay, to breathe. To breathe is home. 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 So I can say he or she is breathing fast, and that will be or home intentem. Or home intentem. Okay? Or home intentem. To the next one, and that is to sigh. Now, sigh by itself, so the noun sigh is ahomekoko. Ahomekoko. Okay? Ahomekoko. And as you can see in there, there's the home in there, right? Which is to breathe. So we have home in there, and then it ends with koko, and koko is the chest, right? The chest. So this is like breathing that you do with the chest, right? A sigh, right? So that is a sigh. So to sigh is gu ahomekoko. Gu ahomekoko, okay? Gu ahomekoko. So I can say, after all the insults, Amache sighed and left. Atenye no nyina echi no, Amache gu ahomekoko koye. Atenye no nyina echi no, Amache gu ahomekoko koye. The next one is to sneeze. And to sneeze is ngwensin. 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 So I can say, Akosia passed a feather at the tip of Kofi's nose, and that caused him to sneeze. Akosia de takrafa Kofi hwene no ma no ngwensin ye. Akosia de takrafa Kofi hwene no ma no ngwensin ye. Akosia de takrafa Kofi hwene no ma no ngwensin ye. To the next one, and that is to snore. To snore is shankromo. 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 So if I want to say a woman who snores, I will say oba oshankromo. Oba oshankromo. Okay? Oba oshankromo, a woman who snores. The next one is to whistle. To whistle is boshrema. 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 There's this song with a line that goes like Ma boshrema afro bano. Ma boshrema afro bano. Ma boshrema afro bano. I have whistled to, call the lady, right? To call the woman. Ma boshrema afro bano. The next one is to yawn. Right? Yeah, to yawn. So we have that as hram. 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 So if I want to ask you, why are you yawning like that? I would say, Adena o hram sa. Adena o hram sa. Adena o hram sa. Right? And then to another one, we have to stammer or to stutter. Right? To stutter is pododuo. Po doduo. Po doduo or hroso. 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 So if I want to say the rapper stammers, that's funny. The rapper stammers, that would be Kasahari Fuono Pododuo. Kasahari Fuono Pododuo. Okay? Kasahari Fuono Pododuo.